Buck, and I've got some crazy news for you. There's no FIFA 21 demo this year. EA just released a statement like an hour or so ago saying we aren't releasing the demo of FIFA 21. Bear in mind, they're not apologizing, it's just straight up, look, we're not releasing it. Instead, we've made the decision to focus on our development team's time on delivering the best full game experience for current and next gen consoles. Which is fair enough. We look forward to EA Play, that's the new name for EA Access if you don't know. Members jumping in 10 days from now and launching the game on October the 9th. So that, I think that confirms that, the game does, the 10-hour version comes out October the 1st, I think. So we do get FIFA 21 early. But this kind of is a big deal, right? They're saying they want to give development teams, more time to fix the game. The game comes out in 10 days. How much can you fix a game in 10 days? And if they're still trying to fix the game, that means the game is not ready, right? Surely the game's not ready if you're still working on the game. I've never known a game to be coming out in 10 days time and the game's not ready. Normally a company would delay the whole thing. Delay it, whether it be a week, whether it be 2 weeks, whether it be 3 weeks. If they delayed it 3 weeks, and it gives them an extra month to polish the game. Right now they've got 10 days to fix this game. And obviously the demo is something that we're all used to. The demo always comes out every year without fail. Because the thing with the EA games, and especially FIFA games, they come out every year. It's not, you can't compare it to another big game because that doesn't have a demo, because them games don't come out every year. Whereas FIFA comes out every year, and it gives us a good indicator of how the game's gonna be for this year, right? So normally, they add a few tweaks. You see how smooth the game is. Did they put in what they said they're gonna put in? It's stuff like that. So normally it's a good indicator of whether people want to say, yeah, I'm gonna buy the game, or yeah, you know what, EA, you actually fix something that was wrong with the last game, and this game feels much more smooth. Props EA. I look forward to playing FIFA 21, buying FIFA 21. This is the first time fans of the game will go in buying the game blind. And obviously, this may not necessarily be a big deal for a lot of people, because for me, it makes no difference. I was always gonna buy the game. But for a lot of people, they, especially with so much, EA has got so much criticism. They say the game, they're so lazy with the games, they're doing this and blah blah blah, whatever. So normally they're like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna give EA one more chance. I'm gonna see what the demo's saying, and then I'll buy it. Now a lot of people might say, you know what, I can't trust EA. I cannot trust EA going in blind. Especially, I didn't like FIFA 20, I didn't like FIFA 19. I can't go in blind buying FIFA 21 without playing the demo. Some people might think like that. Like I said, it doesn't really affect me. Reading this, it can be, spun in a positive way. As in, they're not really bothered about the demo. Demo doesn't really represent the game. It's very early stages of the game. So they're thinking, look, we're not going to bother with the demo this year. We're going to make sure this game is up to the standard of how people want it for this gen. And bear in mind, this year is different. Obviously there's a number of reasons why this year is different, but there's a new gen. Now, as someone that bought FIFA 14 Xbox One edition, for day one edition, so I had the game, it was awful. It made me, within a month I was done with FIFA 14. It was awful. EA did not really focus. I think it was at the Frostbite engine, but the first time it was rubbish. It was rubbish. I ain't gonna lie, it was not a good game. So for EA to say that they're focusing on, obviously the next gen is the big deal, but that's coming out in November, so they've still got time for that game. They can still fix. This current gen one is coming out in 10 days. From what I know, normally if a game is coming out in 10 days, it's already gone gold. So if you don't know if a game's on gold, that means, you know, the game's fully finished. It's ready to be sold, whatever. So they're saying, like, we're not happy with it yet. We're still fixing it up, which is, you know, fair play to them. Fair play to them. You know what? EA, do your thing. If this is the case where you're like, you know what, everything's all right. We're still on schedule, but we just want to fix a few things. Like, we don't want to deal with having to release a demo. Trust us. Like, we're gonna do this properly, and you're gonna have the best experience of FIFA. Just give us more time. You don't need to play the demo. Like, trust us. And if that's the case, I don't really care about a demo. If they're gonna give us a better experience, demo can take a backseat. I ain't gonna lie. Not really fussed about a demo too tough. But on the other side, it's like, you know, why haven't they planned this out? Why was this tweeted out at 9 o'clock at night? Obviously, you can say, oh, it's for American time as well. But normally they release everything on 6 o'clock. And why was it like just said like this? Just came out of nowhere. We aren't releasing a demo for FIFA 21. It's like, not even like, unfortunately, guys, but everyone that was looking forward to the demo, we can't do it. And they didn't give us like a proper reason, like due to certain reasons. We just couldn't. We don't feel like we could release a demo as well as fix the game properly, and that's fair enough. If they said that, then, you know, you can't really say too much. And obviously, the other thing that we have to look at, a lot of the EA employees have been working from home. They've been working from home, so obviously everything has been delayed in that sense. But I'm just thinking, how behind are they? If they can't release the demo, I'm worried that this game is nowhere near finished, and they're gonna give us a half-hearted game. Current gen, this is for current gen, because I'm not really worried about next gen, because next gen comes out, what, when does the thing comes out, what, November? That's coming out another month away. Next gen, November. I forgot what the Xbox Series S is coming out, but PS4 definitely coming out in November, second week or whatever, third week for some people. So I'm not really worried about the next gen, because they've still got time to fix that. They've still got time to polish that. It's the current gen that I'm worried about. If they're still trying to polish the game when the game is out in 10 days, that means they're behind, right? I'd imagine if the game is not out, if the game's out in 10 days and it's still not done, that means they're behind schedule. Or they've been so behind the schedule, they're still trying to catch up. I just don't see how much of a difference 10 days does. Like, don't get me wrong, game companies are struggling in this environment. You can only look at Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk got delayed twice, I think. But there's nothing wrong with delaying the game. There's nothing wrong at all with delaying the game in this current climate. During a pandemic. What's the big deal of delaying the game, as long as you give us a proper full game experience? I'd rather you delay the game for a couple of more weeks. That gives you three extra weeks. I can understand 3 extra weeks. You can polish the game. You can start fixing this and that. But obviously, FIFA is a game that constantly gets patched throughout the year. So I'm just thinking, how much can they really fix before a full game comes out in October the 1st? I don't know what to think, guys. Are you guys surprised with this? Was you expecting this? I was expecting the demo. Everyone was telling me the demo was coming out today. People were saying, if not today, the demo is coming out tomorrow, because the game is coming out in 10 days. How come? What is really happening with this? To tell you the truth, guys, my biggest concern is that this game is not ready, and we're gonna get a bad FIFA game this year. That's my biggest worry. I like to think that I'm a bit more, optimistic. I'm actually gonna fix the game, and this game may potentially be the best FIFA. However, I read some early reviews and it wasn't too great. So that's what I'm worried about. If the early reviews of some people that have got the game early and they said it's not that great, that means EA is still working on it. They don't. The worst thing that can happen is EA rushing this game and then it getting bombed in the reviews, and then without even releasing the demo, everyone had to go into FIFA 21 blind. No, obviously some people have played the beta, but I'm sure the beta is going to be completely different to the full game. But that's what I'm worried about. That's what, like I said, it's not going to affect me too much because it's not going to affect a lot of people, to be fair. Like the hardcore players, the people that play bang out Ultimate Team, they're always going to buy FIFA regardless. But it's, you know, some other people that are like on the fence of whether they're going to buy it or not, upset about the game, just feel that EA are lazy and don't really care about things. This can work both ways. This can show you, look, EA do care about it. That's why they're not releasing a demo, so they can make sure they give you the best experience. Or the other way you look at it is they're still trying to rush this game. They couldn't plan for a demo because they're still trying to fix the main game. That's clearly what the tweet says. They're focusing fully on the game. They have no interest in the demo right now because the game still is not finished. If the game was finished, the demo would be out and everything would be calm. But obviously during this pandemic, it's hard. I'd imagine it's very hard to release a game, especially when most of your employees are probably working from home. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. It can be a lot of backlash. It's silly talking about it like, oh, they didn't release a demo. You could say 90% of games don't release demos, but FIFA's different. Like I said, FIFA's very different. FIFA's released a demo the last 10 years or so. Probably more, let's say the last 15 years. Every year there's a demo. Obviously, it's during a pandemic. But a lot of game companies have released games and it has been successful. So certain games are breaking records because, you know, a lot of people are at home more. So a lot of people are gaming more. So although it's very tough in like real life, in terms of the gaming world, they're doing all right. They're doing all right. Microsoft, you know, spent loose change, something like 7 billion buying stuff. So Animal Crossing, you could just look at that. Just look at everything. All the sales on certain games are just doing crazy numbers. The PS4 pre-orders, all that stuff. So it's not. Whilst we're in a pandemic, it's not a bad time for the gaming industry compared to like Hollywood and stuff. The gaming industry is doing all right. They're still selling, especially with the pre-orders all sold out for PS4. But I'm just worried that EA, obviously, because the football season's already started, they're already behind. Like people saying, oh, doing the play of the month and stuff like that. But you know, the game, we're gonna have another 2 weeks of football before the game even comes out officially. So EA is probably feeling under pressure to release the game because the season started. But I just think even if it's delaying it for another week or two, it just gives them more time. But I just think they're gonna rush this. My biggest worry is they're gonna rush this game for this gen. With this gen, I think the next gen will be alright. Although it'll be new, it's still gonna be, they'll have time to polish it because it's still another month, right? But this gen is gonna, you know, it's gonna be, the game's gonna just be horrible. That's what I'm worried about. Early reviews, I said it's not that great. They're not releasing a demo. They're still saying they're working on the game. The game's out in 10 days. It's just not looking good. Middle of a pandemic. It's even the tweet is telling me it's rushed. Even the tweet is telling me it's rushed. It's just, we aren't releasing. Look, how did you just start? We aren't releasing a demo of FIFA 21. No apologies. Nothing. Oh, due to this, due to that. We're not releasing it. But to be fair, at least they've told us this, because obviously there's been a lot of talk saying the demo was out today or tomorrow. So they've come out and just said, look, the demo's not coming out, but focusing on fixing the game, making it more, like, I'd imagine more polished, because there's not so much you can, I doubt there's very little that you can do to fix the game now, and the game's coming out in 10 days time. So I'm guessing just polishing it around this time, and hopefully they, you know, this is a good trade. I would take this trade. I like I said, I don't really care about the demo. I'm gonna buy the game anyway, but I would take this trade. No demo for a better game. I will take that all day long. But how many times has EA said something and not done it? Said something and not delivered? This is a multi-billion-pound company, one of the most richest companies, profits through the roof. This is not a small indie company. This is one of the biggest companies, and FIFA is one of the biggest franchise it is the biggest football game there is. It's the biggest sports game there is. It makes ridiculous amount of money compared to the other games. Detroit makes millions, if not billions, FIFA, all through like FIFA points and stuff like that. So I just, you know what, I'm just gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully the game is thing, but if the game is bad, this is just very, very bad. For if we go in blind and the reviews bomb it, and all of us are saying this game is rubbish, this game does not feel good, doesn't feel smooth, I wish I played the demo so I didn't have to buy it, now I bought it digital, I can't get a refund. Imagine the backlash. I think this is very risky. I think it's very, very risky, but it's something that EA's probably felt that they have to do. They have to do it. The demo, sit down, get out of it. We've got to fix this game. We've got to fix this game, because if this game bombs, everyone's just it's gonna be a huge backlash. No demo, going into FIFA 21 blind, not saying what they said they were gonna do. The game's being rubbish. It's just, I can't imagine it. I'm just hoping whatever little time they've had extra, you know, to fix this game, they do it, and we get a good FIFA 21 experience, because that's all that cares, man. That's all we're gonna. I just want a good FIFA game. Last few games haven't been too great. FIFA 20 wasn't too great. FIFA 19 wasn't too great. FIFA 18, FIFA 17 was fun, but you know, last few FIFA's just, people keep complaining and stuff, man. There's so much negativity towards FIFA. Remember the fixed FIFA stuff, all the stuff with Kurt last year. It's just getting like the constant, like even the pros are saying the game's bad. If your pros are saying the game's bad, imagine what everyone else is saying. If the pros are not having fun with this game, what does that tell you? Especially FIFA. If you have to play FIFA esports scene was not doing great. Big prizes, but the numbers were only high if they were giving out free cards. It's not something that's, you know, people willingly watch. So if this game is not good, man, it's just gonna, I don't know. I think EA, maybe this is the kick in the ass that, you know, EA needs. That's if the game is bad. Like this thing might be the most amazing thing they've ever done, because the game might be sick, and if the game's sick, then everyone complaining about this demo won't care anymore. Obviously, this is the first time that we're going in blind, so we're gonna. EA is like, part of me think it's like it's a social experiment, it's just to see how far they can push us. I remember, like, even with like the SVCs are giving it untradeable. I think even champs, I wouldn't be surprised one day they're just gonna say, yeah, we'll give you rewards, but they're gonna be untradeable, just to see how far they can push us. Because I think it's interesting. I think EA know they have us, you know, in the palm of their hands, really. So this is another social experiment. See if they can just forget the demo, just release the game, man. They're gonna buy it anyway. We're all gonna buy it anyway. and make it £70 this year. Yeah, make it £70 because everyone wants to play football, and PES are not even releasing anything this year. They just released an update, which FIFA pretty much does. So they've got the little competition they did have with PES. There's nothing this year. There's nothing this year. But PES took a year out to say, you know what, during this time we're gonna fix the game from scratch and probably do a game. Where EA can't really do that because they make billions every year. It makes no sense for them to do that. Maybe this is the best they can do. As PES taking a year out, this is the best they could do. No demo, but we'll fix the game. So hopefully we'll see that. If not, boy, it's gonna be a mazza. The backlash is gonna be a mazza on Reddit, on Twitter. It's gonna be YouTube videos just cussing the game and stuff like that. Oh, I wish they gave us a demo or stuff like that. But gotta give them the benefit of the doubt. It's during the pandemic. It's tough for everyone. So hopefully, they give us the best gaming experience they can. If it's rubbish, then we know next time not to trust EA, which a lot of people are fed up with them. Anyway, so I've rambled long enough. This video is gonna be like 20 minutes or something, man. Just look, I've not even just tweet. It's just one tweet. There's so many things that I'm thinking about. Like, what's the possibilities with this tweet? But that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. What do you guys think of this? Is this a good or bad thing? Do you think they're fixing the game? Do you think they're taking a, I don't want to swear, they're taking a mick? Do you think they're taking a mick now? Do you think they're so behind in schedule that they're trying to rush this game out? That's why they can't even release a demo, because they're still fixing the game? Or do you think they're actually doing it, to make sure they give us the best experience? Because like I said, I think we'd all appreciate a better game if something like, okay, the demo doesn't come out, okay, but there's gonna be a better game. I'll take that trade. I'll take that trade all day long. But my biggest worry is this game is coming out in 10 days and it's not ready yet. They're still fixing the game. I'm not worried about next gen. Next gen comes out next month. They've still got another month to fix that. Or what's happening in current gen? It's coming out in 10 days and you're still trying to fix the game? I just think that's mad. I think that's mad. I think the game should be ready by now. It's just crazy. If the game's not ready, I'd rather you not rush it and just delay it for a couple of more weeks. That's what I prefer. But I understand why they can't. But I just don't want them to rush it. Reviews are bad. Negativity on Reddit, negativity on Twitter, everyone gunning them, and it's just it's just a major bad thing for EA. I don't want to play a rubbish game all year. That's all I want. So if they're fixing it, good for them. If they're not, then this may possibly be my last FIFA. Like I'll tell you this right now. If the game's really bad, then it's what's the point? If they're taking a mick now, they're taking a mick. So it's either good game or bad games, one or the other. Hopefully it's more close to the middle, but hopefully more towards a good game. But that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't know why I did this video so long, man, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Remember, VIP2 Gaming is going through a rebrand in the next week or so. You might see a new logo, might see a new banner, you might see a new intro, you might see us giving away a certain game that I've been talking about for the last 20-25 minutes. I don't even know. So make sure you follow me on Twitter, make sure you follow the channel's Twitter, make sure you follow us on all the other social medias, and yeah, guys, I'm out, guys. Peace.